Hi, Pamela. Hi, guys. So we're going to work on this little box. Oh, hi, Margaret. I want to show you the sticker sheet, though. Hello, Sally. So this is such a cute collection, and you've got a couple of things that can be used as sentiments. Whoops, in your cards. I haven't used my camera this week, so I just need to fix the settings so we're not beeping in and out like this. I just noticed my camera is zooming in and out. Okay, get that autofocus off. There we go. Nobody will be dizzy that way. Hi, Suzette. And anyway, the sticker sheet, don't forget. And you know what? Start grabbing this Christmas collection now, because in July is also when you want to start your projects. It's a lot more fun to enjoy the holiday season when your projects are all done. So if you start in July, you're going to make sure you're done before the 1st of December. And you have on your sticker sheet also some really cute tags that you can use. And then, like you'll see, I'm going to use this one today for a sentiment, because I wanted the box to be more than just a box. I wanted it to be also / Christmas card. Really simple to make. You need 2 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock for the solid, the base. And then you need 2 or 3 sheets of your 12 by 12, and you'll have plenty left over. The poinsettias are flowers from a die that I just have in my stash. So you can definitely cut flowers or any that you want to use. Hi, Irene. And the lid just comes off. Love the paper. And when you open your box, I want to show you the 6 by 6. So I did use the 6 by 6 sentiments. I've already cut some out. They're perfect for this little project. Just perfect. This is what was left from the other one. You get 3 sheets on the 6 by 6 paper pad. And this Authentique Magical Christmas, it is, look at those images. Why am I getting a check mark that says this was originally marked as spam? I don't know. Is it still doing it, Pamela? Hi, Kimberly. And this is the 6 by 6. This is the one you'll see I used. So you have it in green, you have it in red. So you have the 12 by 12, and you also have it in the 6 by 6. And when you open your box, we'll have 2 more boxes. So you can use these darling little boxes for, especially if you're doing jewelry or if you just want to do candy. 6 by 6 little cut aparts here, and that's that sticker sheet from the sticker sheet. And in the box, you can also put more treats, or you can, like I said, put a gift. And you can also add a tie to your box. I'll show you that because they are glued down. If you want it to stay more shut, you would just add a ribbon. And that is the cute little box. So it does double as a Christmas card. And your local scrapbook stores should have this in stock now, because it was all sent out to them. And if they don't, be sure to visit. I do have it at countrycraftcreations.com. You don't really need a tie on it. I just brought it around from the bottom, but I did want it to be a little more secure with the lid. So for our little box, let's get started. I did put a cutting guide on this video when you get the recommendation, or when, the time, to let you guys know. And like I said, 2 sheets. That's all you need is 2 sheets of your 12 by 12 cardstock. And the first one you're going to cut, I did pre-make a box so that we don't have to do both of them on camera, because they're made identical. The first piece that you need, and that's going to be for the base. It's the base bottom that opens up. This is 7 1/4 wide by 10 1/4 long. And we're just going to start by putting this in our scoreboard. So if you cut a sheet that's 10 1/4 by 7 1/4, 10 1/4 across the top of your scoreboard. I want you to score 2 3/8. What I do is I turn this back around because we just want these both at 2 3/8. Then we want to turn this to the 7 1/4 inch side, and we're going to do the same thing. So I created it so that you really didn't have to think about any measurements, or basically you're just going to do 2 3/8. You can just go all the way around and score it 2 3/8 on all 4 sides if you like. And that's the scoring for the base of our box. We're going to do all of our scoring. The next piece, I put them over here. Excuse me. You want for the lid. Our lid is going to be, excuse me, 4 5/8. It's time to clean the scoreboard. So it's 4 5/8 wide, 7 5/8 long. And on the lid, we're going to score just 1 inch all the way around. That's going to be the lid. Then we have our 2 little boxes. Like I said, I've already created one, and we'll do the other one on camera. So the base for the box itself is 5 by 5, and we're going to score 1 1/2 inches on all 4 sides. The lid is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Same thing, we're just going to score 1 inch on all 4 sides. So the whole idea, I wanted to make this project as a gift box, but I wanted it to be simple. I didn't want you to have to, I wanted you to be able to just have the measurements, have the scoring, and you could make a whole bunch of these and get them ready for Christmas. So we're going to start, we're going to just put these 3 aside. We're going to start with the base. I love boxes too, and there's no better time than Christmas for boxes and bags. We're going to go ahead and burnish the score lines. And we're going to go ahead now and cut out these 4 circles. Black paper is like a magnet. It picks up everything. So we're going to cut them out straight. So if you want to watch, if you haven't made a box before, I know many of you have made boxes with me. If you want to watch the first cut, we're just cutting the square completely out. Repeat on all 4 corners. And that's what you can end up with on that side. And try not to pull the corners out on this one if you can help it, because that it does there. It will show just a little bit. Then I'm going to go ahead and fold down these sides. I just want to make sure everything is a nice straight line. If not, you can go ahead and clean it up. And we're going to do each one of these flaps. That one's good. And you'll know because you'll have little pieces that kind of stick over the edge. You can just trim them off. And you might have some of that, you know, thick score line. Hi, Pamela. And once you have your edges all cleaned up, you just want to make sure everything is the same height. When I created this, I did it like 100 times. Yeah, we're good. I had a pile of paper before I finally got it right. It took me a little while, but I got it. So we're going to reburnish these score lines, and we'll set that aside before we go through and do our matting. So I'm going to move to the lid, and we're going to burnish those score lines like we did with the bottom. Hi, Tina. So you'll notice one thing too. Your box lid is 5 5/8. It's going to be really easy also when it comes to cutting your paper. Did that for a reason too. Now I'm doing this a little different because I wanted to distribute the weight of our tabs. Oh yes, I'll be using clothespins. So I'm going to make my first cut over here to the side. You'll see in a minute, especially with the smaller boxes, you're going to see. I'm just going to trim the inside. Then I'll trim this outside. So basically I've cut it here on the long end, but I'm going to have a tab here, a tab there, a tab there. It's kind of like around the box instead of both tabs on one end. I hope that makes sense. This isn't folded over and super heavy, so I didn't want a lot of the weight, which the tabs add just a little bit, and it kind of buckled it. I didn't want to do that, so we're going to cut here. So this, oh, you know what? Hold on just a moment. I just need to mute this for a moment. Okay, sorry about that. We had somebody here dropping off windows. Now, and they were actually supposed to be here yesterday. So I'm going to turn it this way. Now, if you don't cut this like I'm doing, it's okay. You're not going to ruin your box lid. But I want a tab here. I now have a tab here. Like I said, they were supposed to come yesterday. Sorry about the noise. Now I've lost my train of thought. Have you ever done that? This one here. You want that one there. No, not more windows. They have to fix windows. And actually, he was supposed to bring them over yesterday. And he didn't. And they're here now. Right, let me show you this again. So I started on this long side here. Then you turn it and you cut it here. You turn it, cut it here, and turn it, cut it here. Now, you don't have to do it this way. You can also just do it on the two long ends. It does not have to be done this way. And of course, I've got Wilbur acting naughty, and the full moon's over, so I don't know what's going on. Let's put these two together, then we'll do the boxes. When I fold this down, my measurement comes out to be 5.5. So I've already done the cutting, and I'll give you the sizes as we go. I did mat the outside and inside, and isn't that adorable? The other one I used the houses, which you can kind of see back there, the snowy homes. They're so pretty. But this one I wanted to use the little kids, give it a little different look, and then I'm going to be using polka dots. We have flying, and plaid. That plaid is gorgeous. It's like a fur lap. You want to cut two pieces that are 2 3/8 wide by 5 3/8 long. You notice the center is a little bit wider than these flaps. So once again, they are the two matting pieces are 5 3/8 long by 2 3/8 wide. So we want to just put those down. This is how I always used to do it. I do it depending on the project. Hi, Sharon. Sometimes, and you'll see on the small box, we cut it this way you'll see the reason why. Because the box is little, of course. And we want to make it a little bit stronger by adding that extra weight from our tabs. Oh, and of course, now the window guys are calling me. So let me just mute this for a moment. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That's why I told him to be here yesterday. So on the back side, it doesn't matter which one you use. And I'm going to just do the polka dots because nobody will really see it. And do you ever have those days when it's Grand Central Station? Yeah, we're having one today. I don't know why. Well, Tomalee, if you do have to give StreamYard permission. There's a blue, it'll say click here. Facebook does not allow a third party stream. Like I use a third party streamer, and it's Facebook's rules. Oh, thanks, Sue. This makes it nice and strong. You can definitely see how much heavier it's getting. Now we're going to do the matting of all the sides. So I'm going to use the polka dots. It's all very cute, but we need 2 for each of the bigger flaps. And these are 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. And the outside, I'm going to put the little ones there for the outside of my box. So they are 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. And of course, the window guys are going in the backyard, so Wilbur is having a coronary. Yeah, I can see you now. It does say your name. And Authentique, I am so happy they came out with Magical Christmas so early so that I can get these projects done and ready to go when either neighbors come to the door or maybe you, sorry, as we clean up all the glue here. Oh, he's on one. But getting your projects done for school. I know our school's going back in session, so the teachers definitely are going to appreciate the gifts this year. Polka dots also for the inside, and you'll want 4 of these. And let me tell you what I cut them. They're a little different shape. These are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Actually, it's just a hair over 2 1/4. So measure your little flap and then decide how much of a border you want. And like I said, it's pretty. What size did I cut? This close in size. And get both these flaps done. And then these will be a cute place to put those little cut aparts from your 6 by 6. Okay, let's flip it over. Now, when putting the kids on, though, you got to make sure if it's directional or whichever you use, because it is directional, it's got to go the correct direction. Oops. Things over. There we go. Always double check. There we go. You don't want it to be upside down. And I'm going to do the polka dots on the outside. So the box is a little crazy. I know, a lot of different colors. Are you making this box with me, Sally? I know. I love this little box. And I love that it folds down flat for your sentiments, or you can put a picture on there. So I know I could put a picture of Wilbur, send it out to all his doggy friends for Christmas. There we go. Just check our direction. So I did use the 2 sheets of 12 by 12. And then I used some scraps. Oh, he's got a carrot. Okay. Wilbur has got this huge amount of carrot. So that's the box part. We're going to set that aside and let's do the lid. So the lid, well, I thought I cut my pieces for the lid top. I did. Did them this morning. I was up super early getting everything ready. Now this is the stripe and you've got snowflakes on the other side. So I did cut the snowflakes. They're going to be on the sides. So I'm going to use the stripes for the top. And like I said, showed in the beginning, I already did cut some poinsettias from a die I have. So you can look in your dies. I bet you have some too. And I wasn't sure yet which side. So I'm now thinking maybe I want the red and to use the stripes. That's what I'm going to do. It's always nice, double-sided paper. We have that choice, right? Let's see, I thought I made one more. That's just a die I've had for years. So your pieces for the inside of your box lid is 2.5 by 5.5. 2.5 by 5.5. Do you know what, Pamela? I watch craft videos at night on YouTube. I love watching our different, designers, but I do because my hubby's sleeping and I'm just laying in bed. I watch them in silent, and it's really fun to watch them in silent and kind of read their lips, but you know what they're doing. So just having them on, yeah, I do that before I go to bed. I know that's weird, right? But I am weird. What can I say? Same size, 2.5 by 5.5. The new Halloween line that's coming out really soon. Masquerade, I showed that last week. Going to be adorable in this. And then you can fill it full of treats, candy corn. In a little, maybe put it in a little bag and tie it, stick it inside the box. So this is really a cute project for lots of things. We want to mat the outsides. So this was 2.5 by 5.5. So our ends are 2.5. Long sides are 5.5. Really simple math there. And this was 1 inch. So these are 7/8 of an inch. And you want 8 because we want 4 for the outside and also 4 of the 2.5 by 7/8 of an inch pieces. And these are 7/8 by 5.5. And I have already done the inking of the edges. I just used a dark brown with this one. Black would look great. Any kind of distress ink that you want to use. There goes Wilbur. Oh, good Lord, that dog. I do too, Diane. Exactly. Because they always say I'll never watch, I don't watch scary movies anyway. Because they say the last thing you watch is what you dream about, right? And I used to have nightmares from watching horror movies when I was younger. Don't do that anymore. I watch craft movies. Let's do our sides. Now don't do the inside. We have a tab on every piece here, so we cannot do any matting until we get our box lid put together. And if you have some clothespins or clips, whatever you like to use, they're going to be handy in this. Now I'm going to fold this over, and we're going to burnish this so that we have a nice square lid. You're going to feel some resistance, and that's okay. Just push down. Okay, now we're going to add adhesive, and I like the art glitter glue, oops, because it's permanent. I got too much there. And just match your sides. Yep, I got too much. Now it's where your clothespins come in handy. Yeah, I do that too. I cook and try to watch the videos, and I was really good last night. I decided, no, I need to cook dinner and not watch videos. Dinner turned out much better. Okay. Now on this one, you need to kind of fold them both down and in so it's not hard to get to those tabs. Just push those together. Okay, we're just going to let those dry for a moment. And now you can see how nice and square your box is because we burnished it. Burnishing it makes the world of difference. While that's drying, let's go ahead and move to the box. And you want your 5x5 piece, not the 4 1/8. Let's go ahead and burnish all those score lines. Now on the box, it is kind of important that we cut it the way I just did the lid, because this is going to add definite extra weight. It's going to spread it out evenly. So see this square? I'm going to start here. I'm going to cut that inside. And then I'm going to miter that outside edge. Now see, that's going to come right over this end, and it's just going to add some extra stability there. Excuse me. So now we're going to turn the box this way. And we need to cut now on this long side straight up. But if you don't do this, it's okay. It's okay. But it will make your box stronger. So now we're going to turn it this way, right here on this long side. So we just cut here. So turn it this way. Now on this side. And you're going to do this to both boxes. Now our box turns out to be 2 inches wide, and it's 2 inches all around. So in the inside, we need a 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 square. And we only need one for the inside. Remember, I already made, hi Patty, I already made one box. So I used those reindeer on the inside. And you don't need one for the bottom because we glued this down. So this is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. Again, I kept things pretty whole numbers. I tried to keep it as whole number as possible so that you didn't have to cut some weird sizes. Now, so we know each flap is now 2 inches. These are all 2 inches, and they're 1.5 wide because that's what we scored. So we need to cut 8 pieces for each box. That is 1 7/8 long this way, 3/8 wide, or 1 3/8 wide. So that's going to be the outside. My inside was the deer pieces I had left over from my other box, and I cut 4 for the inside that are 1 7/8 long and 3/8 wide. But we don't want to put those on yet because we have to put our box all together. But we can do the outside. And I did this on purpose. My stripes, you'll see, go this way on the bottom and this way on the top. And all together then on both boxes, you're going to want 16. Hi, David. Hi, Sherry. Pretty hot in Texas, isn't it, right now? All right, let's make sure that glue is down so we have a nice flat box. See, I flattened the box. That's why we do the rescoring. So we're going to do that right now. I mean, reburnishing, not rescoring. And of course, all your tabs. And I'm using the artisan cardstock that we sell at Country Craft Creations. So it will handle that burnishing, and you need to burnish it so it lays nice and flat. I'm going to take those off. I'm going to need those. Hold it for a second so it grabs. Just add my clips. So I'm just going to keep going around to each tab. I'm going to push that in and push this one down. That one's going on the inside there. And it can just hang out and sit there for a second. I want to make sure my sides are there. Whoops, sides are even. And make sure you move it. There we go. Up or down, because you want them to be, you want a square box. Now that can dry for just a moment. And I am actually going to go back to this one. And I'm going to add the insides. So I'll go ahead and use, I cut too many of these. I don't know why I cut so many, but I'll have them for another box. So I'm also going to use the stripes on the inside. And if you're just joining us, these are 7/8 of an inch by 5.5 long. Get my long sides done first. There we go. And then the sides, remember, are 2.5 by 7/8. When you're done with your box, as long as you've used, and it can be it can be the Christmas paper, maybe you've used an older Authentique paper, make sure you show us over on the Facebook group, Everything Authentique. It's a sister group. It's where you can post your projects. You can also see the design team projects and other crafters projects that they've made with Authentique paper, because we love to see what you guys make. So there's the box lid. And just set that right here with the box part. Now we can go ahead and mat the inside of our box. I still need my clothespins for the lid here in just a moment. Which, what do I do with my lid piece? Oh, there it is. And I'm just going to mute my camera for one. Okay, the camera is just going crazy. I don't know what it's doing with the pixels. So the inside of the box, the same size. Do you know what, Donis? I don't know. I had Pamela say that hers was marked as spam. I don't know. I was reading. That's why I muted the camera for a minute. Apparently, there is a Facebook glitch. So I don't know what the problem is with Facebook. I don't want you guys to be. I don't know if Facebook will ding you for spam, but my program does say Facebook is having a glitch problem today. I'm going to have to just kind of. We are spammy. Yes, we are, aren't we? I noticed this corner here. I just need to get some more glue in there. And my last one. Whoops. And there's our little box. Pretty cute, huh? We just have the lid to do. Same way, we're going to create it the exact same way that we just created the bottom. It's just a little bit smaller. And I'm going to cut it the same way. So I'm just going to start on this side here. Let's do an angle. You could do a lot of these and create them kind of like an assembly line. Turn it this way. Now we're just going to turn it one more side. And my last side. I love boxes too, Kathy. It kind of, when you create a box, it's like you've created something. You know what I mean? It's a 3D project that you've actually created and it's usable. That's why I think it's so cool. Okay, so our box has a little different measurements. Box lid. So our box lid, there we go. It's 2 1/4. It's a little bit bigger. It's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So our box lid pieces, I didn't cut. Oh, you know what I did? I cut them for the one, so I'll have to cut them along with you. So 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to cut my matting at 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. I just need to grab that piece of paper. I wonder why I didn't cut it. And I don't know why the pixels. I've tried many different cameras. Yep. Hi. Oh, hi. See? So 2 1/8. Now I'm going to want 2 of these because we want one for the inside. Actually, let's go 2 by 2. So I did 2 by 2. I'll bet after I cut these, I'll find my matting pieces. Now I'm curious on this. Nope, I did cut them too, so it is 2 inches. I've already cut the matting pieces. These are 2 inches by 7/8. Hi, Karma. So I want to go ahead and ink these edges. So they match all the others. I'll go over those with my spatula in just a moment. I love this paper too, and I'm going to get it out with last year's. And I want to see how well it matches because we still have some of last year's in stock. Remember the baking? Yeah, so we've already made our December 2020. Did that back in February. And so I'm hoping I can combine the two. So 7/8 by 2. Hi, Connie. How are you? And you're going to want, for both boxes, 16 of these. This square, you'll want 4. So you can do both boxes. I'm only doing the one on camera. I pre-made my the other box earlier. And when this is over and done, it stays recorded. So you can go back and watch it anytime you want. And you can stop it and start it once it's not live anymore. And when you're looking for this video on the Authentique Paper Facebook page, it's in the video file. Oh, Sally, I wonder how well it goes with I have last year's paper too. We also have it in stock. We have the single sheets in stock. It was a very popular, huge Christmas line, but we did a lot of fun projects with it. Okay, that's the outside of my box. Now we can put it together. And before I do that, I always burnish everything down one more time so it's nice and square. Yep, we're done there. Clothespins, once again, will be your friend. Remember, those two are kind of, they'll be hard to close if you don't. Cool. Sally already checked. It will match perfect for us, she thinks. Okay. We're not going to wait as long for this to dry. It's art glitter glue. It should be pretty dry. Now I'm just going to burnish that down. See, if I was making both boxes, I would rotate back as one dried. But we're good. Okay, my little pieces. And I did put on this one the polka dots because I'm going to reverse it. Because now I have to. I put the wrong one in, but that's a-okay. I just hope my directionals are all going either up and down. It looks like they are. I just didn't want one to be sideways. Now these little boxes too, that would be really fun to get some of the candy coal and send it to your best friend. Because I know at Christmas time, a lot of coal needs to go out. I know somebody in particular can fill your little boxes full of coal. Or candy. Depends on how good you've been that year, right? Ooh. Okay, now let's go back and just finish those down. Spread that glue around. Yes, I love art glitter glue. I use it on everything. You can also pick this up at countrycraftcreations.com, and it comes with the lid. And your local scrapbook stores. Please be sure to visit your local scrapbook stores. We need to support them at this time, especially. Now your little box lid, nice and snug. And so I have 2 boxes done. Now I want to grab, and when you support your small scrapbook stores, we're able to continue doing tutorials and things like this for you. So your boxes can go any way you want, basically. You could even add another, well, you can't. And I knew that's what I was going to show you. Somebody will ask, see, your box won't close. So definitely goes here. Now I do have some directionals, so I do want to make sure I'm going to glue these down the correct way. On the inside, I just don't want somebody to open them and they're upside down. So I'm going to take the lid off for just a moment. I'm going to find my little box thing, my little dowel. I love this when I do boxes. And what we're going to do is, I'm just doing the eyeball method here. One's going to go on the top at the left side, and one's on the right side. And I'm just basically centering them about 1/4 inch from the side. All this is a 1-inch dowel. And then you can pick up those furniture feet protectors. Look at that. And it doesn't cost you anything hardly. Okay. So in my next one, I'll do the same thing here. Hold that down for just a minute. You could even put one of the cute cut aparts in the bottom of the box if you wanted it to be there when you open the box. That doesn't move. Okay. So let's decorate the inside. I want to go ahead and grab my sticker sheet. I want a sentiment in the middle. If you don't want anything there, that's okay too. And I thought this fit really perfect. Learn to get excited like a child. There's nothing more magic than childish excitement. I'll remove those. And I am going to mat this on a piece of cardstock. You could put it straight down. Those need to dry for a minute anyway. that going to be long enough? Yes, because I have to do some fussy cutting. Oh, this glue kind of flakes. Looks like skin. See what I mean? Pulls it off. Of your fingers. We're going to cut this. Now circles are my hardest. And I'll go back and even things up after I do the first cut. I always go back and see what needs to be straightened up more. That's where I'm going back and even try to even things up. There we go. Or a fingernail file works really great on your paper. Hi, Tricia. That's okay. And I am going to use some pearl embellishments on the ends to look like brads. And that will be like your card sentiment in the center. Or you could even use a white cardstock and stamp. Oh, they're mine too. I just love Santa, especially when they're fabulous looking Santas. And then I have some pearls that have just been in my stash forever. And I'm just going to pull these off of here. I mean, I've had these for a long time. Put those on the end. Oh, you know what? I did my boxes opposite. So here was the original one. So you can see. So I did put them opposite, which is okay. And I did, like I said, I did already cut out my little Santas from the 6x6 paper pad, and that's the Dear Santa. So I'm just going to put that one right next to that box. You missed Wilbur earlier. He was having an absolute howling fit and barking fit, Tricia. Let's put the lids on. I also decorated the lids. And on these lids, I used ones that were horizontal. No, they're vertical. Yeah, these ones are vertical, the Santas, and they're going to fit like perfect. So there's I believe in Santa Claus, or let's put Santa Claus here. I believe in Santa Claus there. And I want to have one on each side. And then here you could definitely do just a plain color cardstock if you wanted. And you could, you know, write a personal message on there. I'm going to take from the red. This is the red one. I'm going to have Santa's Workshop because this just looks Santa Workshop here. So let's go ahead and cut these apart. And I love these on the black. And I'll use both of these with the kids looking through the window. Now, sometimes scissors cutters kind of leave a raggedy edge. So if you don't want to distress that by taking your scissors and really, you know, tearing up your edge, you can use a fingernail file. And just clean off those bits of pieces from those blades. And I think we'll go this way because I am going to cover up some of the photo. Let's put, I'm still bleeding. There we go. Get my Santas. And that was the thing. I wanted to really go with the Santa theme on this one. Because the images are so cute. Let that glue sit for just a moment. I really like this thing on delicate projects like this because it's, I mean, it's just a little box lid, right? I don't want to go through it. Isn't he cute? Again, you can mat these if you want, like we did the sticker with the black. Now we have a fold line there we need to kind of worry about. So I'm going to just glue those together while I have the dimensions down because I don't want it to get into that fold. And there's the inside. Now for the outside, let's see here. Oh, that's right. I got too many. I also have another from just in my stash. Another ribbon. So when these fold up, the lids will stay on. Go ahead and fold these up. Put the lid on. And this stays pretty well. If you don't want to add the ribbon, you don't have to. I just put it on the bottom, but I did it after I added my flowers. Or if you're not sure, maybe we'll add it in the middle. Like I said, you don't even have to add it. Not going to cut anything yet. Because I showed in the beginning, I did already pre-cut these poinsettias just from a die I have. Yeah, see, that needs to go to the end. I don't know if I even want a ribbon this time. You can also have it go that way. But I cut quite a few, you'll see here. I really wanted to get them all on here, and I do. And then I actually put one, I'll go upside down here in a second. The die is, and I used the 12 by 12 paper, so that's the cut apart. You can also cut these with your die machine, and this paper cuts beautifully in your die cut machines. Or if you have an electric cutter like a Cricut or a Silhouette. I know they have tons of patterns for poinsettias. Now, another thing that I did, I had added pearls on the other one. I'm not going to do it to this one. I'm going to stick those in there a little bit. I did add just some pearls, the same ones I just pulled off for inside when I put them on the sticker. And see, I put it there. But I also used the Wink Stella. I used it in clear. And what I did is I just went along the edges with my Wink Stella. Especially, you're going to see it really well on this black. Probably not so much on your side. I know Wink Stella is hard to see on the camera, but it did give it the glisten on my edges. And then I did it on all the poinsettias. So I just basically went through. If you've never used Wink Stella, it's like a liquid, really, really thin liquid glitter. Just a shimmer. It doesn't, you can really see it. It's just not on camera. It's one of those impersons. But it's a great little thing, especially for your Christmas projects when you want to add more there. So I might be able to still add my ribbon going this direction. The only reason I'd really want to add the ribbon is if I was especially going to mail this out. Yeah, it's got to have the ribbon. After all, it's a Christmas paper, right? It has to look like a Christmas package. But once I decide where it's going to be is when you can secure it down. Oh yeah, we have to have this. Sticker sheet. I'm just going to choose the same one I used last time. You want to get this centered, and you don't have to secure it. It can be left just like so. But we're going to add, if you're using art glitter glue, because it's going to make it permanent, just add that to the bottom. Make sure that's down. You really can't add your flowers here. Pat, yes, I did. I glued the little boxes right down. They're glued right onto the box. See, and I'd put candy in that. It fell out. Thought maybe it got eaten already. Yeah, they're glued down. These are glued right on. And then if you want to put one of the sentiments, like oh, here we go. The magic never ends. Absolutely. And we can add something across here like Santa's Workshop or Season's Green. Oh, here we go. Holiday Joy. Let's go with, no, let's not. That's too many words. We need a photo. On this other one, I used the houses. Isn't that cute? I keep losing my candy bar there. I guess it wants to be eaten, right? That's always the hard part. Let's find Santa's Workshop. No, I keep going for the words, don't I? I need a picture. We need a cute one. Maybe we don't need anything. We don't need anything. I don't think we need anything. Let's go ahead and add our Wink Stella. Just anywhere you want, especially on the inside centers. Give it that glisten. And there, this one I did add the pearls. And that's our cute little project. Make sure, yep, that's down. So when I take the ribbon off, and then you may have those extra special gifts, maybe just a little necklace you bought somebody or a ring that can go inside your boxes. You've got a Christmas card sentiment there, and that is our little Christmas keepsake box. I haven't really named it, but it's the magical box. Never mind. Definitely the magical box. Yes, definitely pearls. You can do even more decorating in there, of course. Yes. And yeah, this is going to be our magical box. So how fun is that to give to someone on Christmas? Again, with school starting, you're going to want some teacher's gifts, or you just want some coworker gifts. I hope you guys will make this, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And I need to let you know that we are kind of going to be on a, I haven't tied that very nice. I'll go back and tie it nicer. I will be not doing a live tutorial for what, the next 2-3 weeks. I'll be back August 2nd, August 12th. We've gotten the retreats rescheduled, and we'll be heading out next week. So no live. And then we come home and turn around and go to another one. So I will be back on August 12th. And that will give you some time to visit the video file, catch up on some of the past tutorials. And when I get back, we'll keep making more holiday projects. I'm sure of it, because we've got Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas. We got to get busy. Time's just flying. And no better time than now while we're home to get these projects made for Christmas. My bows aren't the prettiest, but there's your 2 different boxes. And thanks for joining me. And I'll see you guys on the 12th of August. That's when I'll be back with the live tutorials. Cindy, the instructions are right here. These tutorials are our project share tutorials. And so in the beginning, I give all the measurements. And the best thing to do is, hey, you guys, I'm like you. I write my tutorials down. This is it right here after I create it. And so if you have a notebook that you can dedicate to your tutorials, mine, of course, is mine. Every one of my tutorials are in these books, and every one I've made with Authentique. So get yourself definitely a notebook, and when you follow, just write those down. Now, you'll see though, excuse me, there should be the measurements down in the description of the beginning of this video. You'll see it on the notification that I was going live, and you can also copy them down from there. But no, these are free tutorials, just project shares, and I hope you've enjoyed them, and I can't wait to see your finished project. Be sure to join us over on Everything Authentique, so we want to see what you guys make with either the new papers or past papers, but they need to be authentic, of course. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you on the 12th of August. Bye-bye.